Starting my video. Hello, my name is Kevin Pellman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about gun safety. Gun safety is an ever-growing awareness that, in my opinion, society needs to learn and understand, so that way the amount of accidents and incidences that happen through a year can be lowered in the hopes that some people's lives can be saved and people can become more aware of the risks and potential dangers of owning a gun and operating a gun without being uh, knowledgeable of how to operate one safely. The first thing that I'm going to tell you that you need to understand, the very first thing that you need to do when you pick up a gun is you need to check and see if it's loaded. And simply, this one, there's this pistol here, there's a button right here where if the clip is inside the gun, you can push the button and the clip will slide right out. Okay, now there's no clip in there, but what if there's a bullet in the chamber? A simple way to check is to simply pull back the hammer and look right down inside the barrel, and you can see there's no bullet in there at all. Okay. Now, if you don't know how to check to see if the gun's loaded or not properly, then I advise that you just don't even touch the gun, don't pick it up, and you find someone that does know how to properly handle a gun and get them to check it for you. Make sure that you don't pick it up, because that's how accidents happen, is guns that you think that are unloaded that aren't. And the second thing that you need to do when you pick up a gun, you need to check if it's loaded, and you check the safety. Now on this pistol, there's these little prongs right here that pop up, and if you see the red, I don't know if you can see it very well, there'll be a little red dot right here. You can see it on this side as well, right here. There's a little red dot, and if you see that dot, that's bad. That means that the gun is armed and the safety's off and it can fire. If there's a bullet in the chamber, it will fire if you pull the trigger. Now, if that's down, with this particular gun, you could feel it pushing downwards into your wrist. So that's a good way to tell if your gun's loaded or not. This gun has the safety down and the safety is on, so that way if you pull the trigger, nothing will happen. The gun, even if there's a bullet loaded in the chamber and everything ready to go, it won't fire because the safety's on and it won't let the trigger pull. Alright. Now, the first thing you should do when you get a new gun is you need to open it up, and you need to look and read. All guns now, when you buy them from the store, they will come with a safety manual that is a standard issue with all weapons nowadays. And it'll have all these federal laws in there that tell you, especially for your state, they have it issued. It'll tell you exactly what laws are relevant to you, to where you live, and they'll tell you proper safety precautions that you need to take when operating a gun. And there's the owner's manual, which you need to read as well, and it'll tell you everything you need to go about the gun, as far as operating it to cleaning it and the proper use of loading the ammunition. Now, this gun takes 22 ammunition. It's just a 22 pistol. Now, this bullet may seem small and may not seem like it can do much damage, but this bullet can actually kill someone if aimed right, and it can kill someone. So this gun is just as deadly as any other gun and needs to be handled properly and treated with respect, as the same respect that you would with a bigger gun. And this is just another manual that comes with the gun as well, and it also has surveys in there so that you can send back to the manufacturer, and you can tell them things that you don't like about the gun or things that you like, and you can also request parts for the gun from the manufacturer, so that way you're not using improper parts to try and fix your gun, and that can also cause problems and misfires and can create accidents. Children are the number one risk with guns because when you're using a gun, the adult may know how to properly handle the gun and how to properly um, check and go through the safety precautions, but if you have a child, they might not know that you need to check to see if the gun is loaded and the safety's on first before ever touching it. And a lot of kids aren't taught that when the parent gets a gun. They're not taught all the safety precautions, and that's one of the main reasons that children have an 89% of unintentional shooting deaths for children that occur in the home, and usually they occur when the parent is absent and not around. But even if the parent is there, if the parent doesn't know how to handle the gun, then they don't need to own it. That's my opinion on the matter. And you always need to check all your safety precautions. Anytime you touch a gun, you need to understand what ammunition it takes, how to load it, how to check and see if it's loaded, and if you don't know any of these very crucial steps, then you have no business owning a gun or even touching the gun. And if you do understand all these steps and you are very cautious with your gun and you understand how to properly handle it, then you're not only making yourself safer, but you're making everyone else around you safer. And I think that, in my opinion, guns aren't considered weapons. If they're handled properly, they're considered tools to be used for hunting and for target shooting and for personal defense, self-defense. And that concludes my video.